right, guys, we are live. So, first of all, welcome to the ZNT Blockchain Academy, guys. I mean, finally, the moment has arrived, right? Where we kicking off this academy, free blockchain education for the masses, for all of you here in the arena, and literally anyone else out there. Just make sure to drag them over here, and we'll take it over. We'll do the rest. Okay, brace yourself for some serious brain pumping. Okay, we're gonna pump your brains with all that crypto knowledge that you've been unconsciously craving for, because that's really what you need to thrive within all these crypto ecosystems, such as the arena, such as my own ecosystem, ZeusNet, which we will talk about. Obviously, I mean, I gotta brag here a little bit as well, right? But basically, any ecosystem that you choose to participate in, you will have the basics, solid foundations to actually make a killing. And what are we talking about here? Obviously about making money. That's why the tagline, guys, of our program is learn to earn. Remember this, L2E, L2E, and we are doing this in cooperation with some of the hottest guys, arena gladiators and creators. Who do we have here today? Obviously, we got Mr. Penguin here, the man behind Snow. Snow is officially part of our program, and we are so happy and glad to have Snow here with us, guys. So give it up to Snow, guys. Give it up to Mr. Penguin himself, because from today, let it snow, right? With ZNT, with this program, guys, we got a lot here literally in store for you. But on top of that, we got a whole bunch of other very cool tokens that have joined this noble cause. We have Porsche here as well, guys. Everyone is dreaming about that Lambo, but guess what, guys? Porsche is a super hot alternative. You know, it's got the sexy curves, it's got that luxurious look and feel, and best of all, guys, Porsche is severely undervalued right now. So yes, if you still haven't, Porsche is also something that you gotta add to your portfolio, guys. And Porsche will also be one of the tokens with which we will be paying you to participate in this program, meaning what? Doing our homeworks, literally participating in our quizzes and getting my questions answered correctly, okay? And yeah, lots and lots of more goodies for you guys. We're gonna have an app for you. We're gonna have a bot very soon. I'm super stoked about announcing this bot, which will change completely your learn to earn journey. Okay, you will feel that there's some technology here as well. All right, and yes, so we got Porsche. Who else do we have here? We got the legendary Uncle Funk, guys. Funk is also endorsing this program, guys. Okay, so if you look at Funk's mission and vision, yeah, he's very much supportive of education. So when he heard about this, he literally came to me, guys, and said, Petar, let's do something over here. I'm supporting you, you know. And yeah, so now we pay you guys also with Funk, all right? But that's not all. We got more here. We also got Bobo Gorilla, guys. Bobo Gorilla is here with us. We very much appreciate Bobo's presence as well. Bobo still doesn't have his own token. It's in the making, right, Bobo? Bobo is building his community, but Bobo has already conquered all our hearts with his meme. We love his gorilla, right? Who doesn't? And yes, Bobo is participating in this program with his tickets, guys, okay? So we will be paying you with Bobo's tickets as well every time that you make progress within our program, okay? That's a very little overview of what is that we are actually doing over here, guys. So yes, Blockchain 101 from zero to hero. And let me tell you a little bit about the style here, guys, okay? The style that I have chosen, well, the arena is what? Well renowned for being a degen crowd, right? So yes, I made this literally dummy degen style, okay? As simple as it gets, all right? So I hope that you guys are gonna appreciate this. This is pretty much the style that I'm talking about, right? Has anyone ever talked to you about the blockchain in such terms. Think of a blockchain as a what? As a notebook. We'll talk about, obviously, we'll talk about this in great detail as this is the main focus of this course, right? That's why it's called Blockchain 101. But as you can see, we are going to break it down into its components, into stuff that everyone can wrap their head around, right? So yeah, I'm excited about going on this journey with you guys. And yes, guys, ZeusNet, we gotta bring in the Greek mythology aspect over here. After all, that's why it is called ZeusNet. I hope everybody here knows who is Zeus, the legendary king of the ancient Greek gods. All right, so that was Zeus, and it's called ZeusNet Network because we have his whole family, a bunch of different gods, such as Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty and love, Hera, his wife, Poseidon, the god of ocean, and many, many more. And you will see all these gods within our ecosystem. I'm not going to talk too much about that right now, but just keep in mind that yes, this project has literally drawn inspiration from the legendary gods of Greek mythology. I'm a big fan of Greek mythology. So is Mr. Penguin, right, Penguin? Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what you told me also the other day. That's why you were really excited also about this because it's to some extent also one of your, let's say, fields of interest, right? Greek mythology. So yes, guys, what is it about Greek mythology and what are we concretely talking about here? Well, it's the fire of knowledge. Okay, this fire represents innovation. All right, and in particular case, this is the fire of the blockchain, this new transformative technology, which is allowing us to what? To defy the financial gods of nowadays, all right? To tell them that we are not going to be, endorsing whatever it is that they're doing, okay? So we are literally taking a stance here and saying no to this type of world order. We are moving towards a whole different type and system, and that's what we will be exploring in detail because this is literally the backbone to it all. Okay, decentralization, a new decentralized economy, and yes, you can see it right over here. We even have our own book. Okay, Blockchain Economy 101. So this is the knowledge part, guys, but the most incredible thing about this program, and get this, not only it's 100% free, okay, but we are literally paying you guys to master this stuff because we know that you're a bunch of degens. We know that you would not be making the effort on your own unless someone literally pushes you with some major incentives. And there you go. The hottest tokens in the arena are becoming not your bargaining chips, but literally, yeah, the new assets with which we are gonna pay you guys. That is the magic of Learn to Earn. Okay, we will look at this more in detail, but basically, you gotta understand that this L2E is actually our Generation Z movement. Mostly students, but literally anyone willing to learn. Let's be honest, we are all students of life, right? We are all students of life. So this program is hosted by me. You might be wondering, who is this crazy guy, right? So yeah, there you go. Here's a very brief CV of mine. Okay, so I'm running ZeusNet. ZeusNet is a blockchain ecosystem, fairly well established, guys. You can look it up. We got 400,000 miners on Android, literally forging the new future universal currency. All right, so we don't want to use dollars, euros. We want to have our own ZNT coin, guys. Coin, okay? And this will be hitting the market. It's not listed yet. We are mining it. Think of Pi. We'll talk about Pi extensively throughout this course. We have a case study on the Pi network sensation. All right, I'm just anticipating a few basic things over here for you guys, just so you know some basic, yeah, you got to have some background and context to what it is that we are doing over here, what it is that we will be talking about. All right, so yes, very briefly, we have our own mobile mine coin, guys, and that is the native ZNT on our native chain. All right, so we have our own native chain. So you might be wondering, all right, you guys have your own native chain. What the hell are you guys doing in the arena, right? Well, the thing is that our project is all about L2E. So it's got this thrust for learning and educating, and there's no better place, I think, in my understanding, than the arena actually to launch our blockchain academy. And that's what this is all about, guys. We want to have our blockchain academy both online and offline. We're starting with the arena, guys. And yeah, basically, the arena is this magical venue where we will actually be educating potentially thousands, if not millions of people around the world about this. And how are we going to do this? Well, yes, we're going to bring on the table all these tokens that you just heard about. Obviously, our flagship ZNT is, let's say, sort of the mascot over here, and that's also something that will have we'll have some requirements on that. But yes, as you can see over here, the Blockchain Academy with the ZNT token inside the arena is literally your educational tool for mastering tokenomics, as well as obviously an investment vehicle. And I also wanted to share with you guys that we actually have our own mini game called Arena of Zeus on Telegram, guys. Okay, so in this game you can earn USDT. Okay, you can actually earn USDT as well as our native coin. And in our ecosystem, guys, get this: one ZNT is already worth one USDT at this very, let's say, early stage. Okay, so that's a little bit about what we already have. You can look up our applications. This is a screenshot of the Android. There you go. We also have Telegram over here. So yes, just to make you guys, I wanted to emphasize that we're not some random parachuters that just landed in the arena and like, okay, let's set up our own program or let's launch our own token. No, there's actually some major substance behind that, and we invite you to explore that. I'm just giving you here some basic references. So yeah, the rest you can look into it, and any questions you guys can come to me directly and we can talk about it. And now that I gave you a little overview about me, about the ecosystem, now we get to focus on the Blockchain 101 program, which is what we will be focusing on here in the arena. As you can see, guys, it's snowing everywhere. Snow, Mr. Penguin, you see it. The snow is literally all over the place, right? It's falling on Bobo. It's falling on the Porsche. Uncle Funk is smiling next to it, right? So we got snow literally all over the curriculum over here, guys. Yeah. And I hope you can even read it because there's so much snow falling on these letters and characters. But that's an indication of, yes, how much this is going to be a massive snow blizzard. Obviously, for all of us over here, right? Because this is what is up. This is upcoming. This is happening literally now in front of your eyes. And yeah, so module 1 today is all about onboarding to Web 3.0. Plus, I got to share with you how will this learn to earn program work. Okay, these are the other topics that we will be talking about. As you can see, the topics are pretty interesting. The financial gods of today that are holding you back is going to be the next module. Here we talk about the centralized financial system versus the decentralized financial system. And yeah, I'm gonna explain that in my own way, my style, a la ZNT, ZeusNet, right? So essentially, yeah, how is this program structured, guys? We have lessons 3 times a week, ideally. We're gonna try to do this. Then we have the online quizzes on the stage. All right, so the stage is it's the perfect venue for actually being able to test your knowledge. Okay, so I can bombard you guys with questions, and then you guys have the chance to come on stage, get your 30 seconds or of glory, and give us an answer. And I'll be consulting with my co-hosts to see whether your answers deserve our full marks. Because we're paying you here, and we will pay you to the fullest extent if your answers prove to us that yes, you have truly mastered this. And this will be fun, guys. It's gonna be like a talk show, right? Penguin, we will consult. We will have also our other participants of this program. Bobo, you can join us obviously as well. So we will, we're literally gonna see what you guys think, whether the answer was accurate or not, what else could have been added on top, if something else was missing or was inappropriate. So it's going to be more of a talk show, guys, but educational talk show where we are literally talking about all the stuff that we've been learning until now. Now get this, since you're going back to school, you're going to have homeworks, okay? And we're paying you for those homeworks. Now let me explain the homework concept. Social media posts or threads on topics that we have studied. All right. So either you're going to make your own individual post to show us that you understood what was basically the message behind the lesson that you just attended, or we are going to post on our social media and the channels, and you guys just reply to that and sort of build the threads. Okay, so we have nice threads that people can check out. And of course, how does that work? You got to tag all the participants in our program. All right, so far we have Snow, we have Porsche, we have Uncle Funk, we have Bobo Gorilla. But guess what, guys? I think that we're gonna onboard pretty much the whole arena. Everyone will want to be a part of this Learn to Earn program because this actually gives all these tokens real world value, guys. We're talking about the value of education in this program, in all the materials that we will be offering to you guys, the services that will be upcoming, the app, the bots, you name it. So this is just a glimpse into what is happening currently, where we are going, okay? And yeah, basically a lot to say here. Once again, yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this, but Prometheus in ancient Greek mythology is the one who stole the fire from the gods, gave it to us humans, and that was the beginning of our civilization's what? Technological progress. So pretty much we're in the same position right now. We have the contemporary gods of nowadays, and guess what? Just like in the past, they're not really, at good terms with us. They're cruel. They exploit us, take advantage. So they don't have our best interest at heart. That's something we can see very, very clearly. But we don't have to worry about it because the fire of the blockchain technology is finally in our hands, guys. And that's literally the whole, I would say, take home point over here that with this fire, which represents new knowledge and innovation, we are well on our way, guys, to real freedom, prosperity. And yes, here's our table, guys. How are we going to do this? How are we going to power your way to that journey, through this journey, basically? So we have a payout table over here. You can see all our participants on it very clearly, right? So these are the different activities. This is how much we are paying you. Top homeworks, guys. For the top homeworks, this was actually an idea from the Penguin. He's like, yes, we know how it is, right? A lot of people are gonna just post some random stuff, which is obviously on topic, but with minimum effort, just to get paid, right? So yes, fair enough. That still gives us some exposure, but we're actually gonna have sort of, let's say, a leaderboard, okay? So that means we will be looking at quality, not just quantity, right, Penguin? So the quality aspect is what we're going to reward particularly. So normally you would get 2,000 tokens per each assignment. With the top homeworks, that almost triples. It goes all the way to 5,000. And yeah, so 5,000 per each, okay? 5,000 per each. That means what? We have four tokens, right? That's like 20,000 tokens. And yeah, and this is just the beginning. As I said, we will onboard more and more token creators, guys, right? So yeah, this is gonna get bigger and bigger, that's for sure, right? So Learn to Earn, guys. Very briefly over here, you have it summarized. Master Web 3.0 basics with us, complete our educational tasks, and earn all these tokens that we are talking about. This is an example of a homework, I think quite suitable for today's homework, right? But we'll get back to that later. And yes, so are you ready for your elementary crypto school over here? We got Zeus ready. Yeah, we got the Penguin sitting over there taking notes. Are you taking notes, Mr. Penguin? Hello? I can hear you, yes. Yeah. You're taking notes, right? Okay, you're taking notes, guys. Wonderful, wonderful. So basically, guys, we are talking about what? The evolution of the internet. So, over the last 25 years, the internet has evolved through three main stages. Okay, we call it Web 1, 1.0, Web 2.0, and Web 3.0. All right, so let's try to examine what really happened throughout these 25 years. Now, the interesting thing about the internet, okay, nowadays we all clearly recognize its value, significance, importance. But when the internet was launched back in the days, it's kind of funny, you know, all these transformative technologies, nobody really understands them and appreciates them when they're first born or launched. Okay, so it takes some time for the technology to actually, as I like to say, get appreciated. Yeah, there's this incubation period associated with any new major transformative technology such as this one. So basically, yeah, just because we weren't able to see all the potential fields of applicability, that doesn't mean that, yeah, as we know now in retrospect, that it's not something worthy of our attention. So the internet started what? As a military technology, basically, right? It was used by the military, the government, and most people didn't see much sense in what? In connecting computers into a network. What's the point, right? What's the point? Well, yeah. So that's pretty much what is happening nowadays, guys. Okay, we got the Web 3.0. We got, yeah, we got a whole bunch of talk now on the blockchain, which is obviously the major buzzword over here that a lot of people still don't quite understand. So I hope that with this type of presentation, the blockchain will become also much more understandable. But essentially, yes, the blockchain is the engine behind everything that we're going to be talking about today, which is the Web 3.0 era. But before we get to the Web 3, let's have a very brief overview of how the internet started with Web 1. Maybe you guys still remember if you were there or you heard about the Web 1 being static. Static, clunky, dial up connections. Does anyone remember that? Dial up, right? So the internet was literally an extension of your landline. You had to wait. You had to actually wait for all those sounds, right, to get processed so that you know that you are connected. That was way before we actually had broadband technology. Okay, so, but that was Web 1. It was static, it was extremely passive. And the only thing you could do was what? Read. Okay, so that's why Web 1, we call Web 1 read, because you were only able to read content, and that's about it. No possibility for interaction whatsoever over here. Okay, so Web 1 in a way was, yeah, was just read based internet. Then we had what? Web 2, and Web 2 was what? Basically, you can summarize Web 2 with the advent of the social media platforms, UGC phenomenon, user generated content. And this was actually a very powerful and decisive moment in the evolution of the internet because it made us feel that, wow, we can literally express ourselves to the fullest possible extent. We can make money off YouTube, and a lot of people have, right? We can become influencers, and that's exactly what started. We have a ton of influencers worldwide. It actually became a new profession, right? A lot of people consider themselves as influencers. That's like their official title and profession, right? So yeah, this was very much huge. Okay, and so Web 2 is the era of social media platforms. Now, Web 3 is what we are talking about right now, and that is what? That, as you can see over here, you got this cool dude, And why is he feeling so cool? Because he literally feels like he owns the internet. Okay, he owns the internet, and that's essentially what Web 3.0 is all about, guys. It's having total control over your data, your information, okay, your digital identity, your assets, because this is something that you were not really able to enjoy with Web 2. All right, so one of the main points that we need to really be clear about is although Web 2 was extremely beneficial, okay, and it literally, yeah, revolutionized the internet by making it a user generated content driven platform, especially with regards to the social media. But the bottom line here is what? The bottom line was that yes, this whole era actually presented quite a few problems for us personally. All right, so what were these problems? This is something that we really need to understand properly. And yeah, you can summarize this very easily by just saying that within the framework of Web 2, big tech owns you. Now, who is big tech? Who are we referring to when we say big tech, guys? Yes, it's the social media conglomerates. We're talking about Meta, we're talking about Google, we're talking about X as well, right? So these are all giants, conglomerates who have been doing what? Making a fortune, making a fortune, literally squeezing every tiny bit of your data for the purpose of what? Their targeted ads, all right? Their targeted ad campaigns. And they have made billions and billions in this process while you got what? Definitely the shorter end of the stick, so to say, right? So you have not made those billions, that's for sure, right? At least not with them, not with them, right? So one of the main problems, guys, with Web 2.0 is literally that, yeah, you have this trade off. Being online and having a good time online, it meant that you had to surrender your data and voice to the big guys. The big guys being big tech, right? So that was probably one of the most significant issues. But on top of that, guys, we also had we also had lots of censorship, okay? Because they control everything, they can easily manipulate their algorithms, okay? They can filter what kind of content will be allowed to pass, what kind of content will not fly anymore. And you would think that in a democracy in, the developed part of the world, this would never occur. That these kind of concerns, yes, might exist on a theoretical level, but not really in practice. But what we saw in the last couple of years really made us reconsider all of this, right? So, yeah, I'm sure you all are very much familiar with what happened during COVID. Zero toleration for anything that wasn't mainstream. If it wasn't part of the mainstream narrative, yeah, it was in a way restricted or not welcome, or yeah, in some cases even subject to, yeah, I won't say legal punishments, but almost. So that was Web 2, and as you can see, our guy over here is literally, yeah, he's sad, he's surrendering, he is not happy, right? And he's craving for freedom, guys, from big tech surveillance. This is what he's craving for, and in Web 3.0, finally we are approaching a user first era, guys, where you own the internet. Okay, you see the guy, he's got what? He's holding the key in his hand, right? The key. What is this key? It's called the private key, guys. We'll talk a lot about the meaning and significance of the private key, but for now, just look at it as basically freedom from that lock. You see that lock on the left side of the screen? Well, now you have this key, and this key symbolizes freedom. Okay, it symbolizes that you finally have actually, yeah, got rid of yourself of any type of restrictions over there. And yes, this is major. This is major because within the Web3 guys, you actually have the ability to choose when, how, and what to share, guys. And this means you have established true autonomy and freedom. And that's what we are all craving for, guys. This is exactly what has driven this shift from Web 2 to Web.3. So, Web 2, very simply, guys, the big tech owns you. Web 3, you own the internet. Okay? So, yeah, I tried to represent this in a very, let's say, child friendly way. May I even use that term over here? But yeah, we're gonna expand talking about some things such as you see he's wearing the DID. Does anyone know what is this DID? DID actually stands for decentralized ID. Okay, decentralized ID. So once again, what is the big word that we have over here? It's decentralization, guys. And yes, with this decentralization, we're talking about having data sovereignty, meaning privacy. Privacy. This is a big issue, a very thorny issue for a lot of people. You're not happy with your data being shared against your will, against your knowledge. In Web 3.0, finally, you can decide what you want to share, what you don't want to share. All right. So you have control over that process. And for a lot of people, that means a lot. Okay. That means a lot. And that is why Web3 is picking up so much momentum lately. There have been so many scandals on the issue of privacy and, yeah, censorship of data, as we saw earlier, questioning really, do we actually live in democracies as everyone likes to trumpet? Yeah, we are, especially, in the Western world, we love to sort of parrot this, that we are, yeah, the epitome of the free world, democracy. But yeah, then you have all these things happening, which, yeah, which just put seriously under question mark, like, is this a joke or not, like, honestly. Okay, so yes, Web3 guys, user first era. And what is the engine, guys, behind this? The engine is decentralization, and more specifically, it is this blockchain that we will be talking about in great detail very, very soon. But let's just summarize this evolution very briefly. So Web 1, just to make sure that you understood it clearly, Web 1 is what? Read, read, and read. You see, you have the Netscape, Internet Explorer browser, Yahoo, old stuff, right? 20 years ago, dial-up connection, clunky, static, very old, right? Slow. This is important. Very slow internet, guys, compared to the ultra fast speed fiber optic or, yeah, satellite internet that we now have these days. Web 2, once again, social media. Okay, all you gotta remember is YouTube, Facebook, Google. Plus, you have, yeah, here you also have WordPress. So it's right as well because what you can participate, you can actually write your posts, your content. Write literally means your user generated content can be uploaded and shared, and others can view it, enjoy it. And so that's essentially what is meant by the read and write. And then Web3, guys, is read, write, and own. So once again, what do we mean by own? We don't own the whole internet, obviously, right? But we own our freedom on it, meaning we own our assets, NFTs, whatever, right? Whatever we have there, our tokens, we know it's ours. Nobody can take that away from us because what? We have our private keys, right? So the role of the private keys, we'll expand on that much later. But basically, yes, we own our data, we own our assets, our digital identity, and all this is enabled by the decentralized internet, which is driven and powered by the blockchain guys. Okay, so this is a little overview of the evolution of the internet. How are we doing with the time, Mr. Penguin? I think we covered, module one is literally the evolution of the internet, understanding where we went from over the last 25 years, right? So, yes, that's pretty much the topic being covered for module one. I don't want to confuse you guys too much with, and overburden you with other topics, more information. So Penguin, are you there? You're here, right? How are we? How are we with the time? Good. Okay, great, wonderful. Because I covered pretty much the topic, right? The topic of today, which is what the evolution of the internet, Web one, Web two, Web three. I think it's pretty clear. Yeah, obviously we're sharing this stuff with you guys as well. So we will accept also some questions. I don't know if we can have questions. We can't do that here, right? Because do we have the stage? Is the stage on fire already? Did someone open it for us? Well, the theory, yes. The theory, yes. Now I just wanna, yeah, I'm gonna anticipate a little bit like what we'll talk about in the next lesson, guys. Okay, so this is pretty much a wrap for the first module. So the second module, guys, is going to be about, yeah, it's about this, guys. We're talking about the financial gods of nowadays. We'll look at the US dollar. We'll look at who are these entities that are literally holding you back. Okay, very exciting class. Make sure you do not miss the second one. All right, because this will put things, yeah, this is literally the moment where you wake up, okay, where you get awakened and literally enlightened as to what is happening. You start smelling the coffee in the air, and yeah, you start taking action, and that's actually a very powerful step in this process in our journey. So, guys, once again, I want to emphasize that this course is 100% free. Okay, 100% free. It's a courtesy of mine to the arena and whoever wants to join us in the arena and, yeah, literally take part in this educational program, guys. All right. Having said that, I also want you guys to know that we have perks, okay? VIP bonuses, benefits for our ZNT token holders, okay? So what does that mean? It means that you will actually have access to an exclusive private Telegram group, different types of bonus claims, and we're gonna make special bonuses, guys. Combinations, for example, you're holding ZNT and you're holding Snow. All right, that's gonna be like an example of a special combo bonus that will unlock new features for you guys. Remember, we're gonna have an app and a bot for this program coming pretty soon. And also, I want to share with you a little bit regarding the ZNT airdrop, guys, our native coin. As you can see over here, this is a screenshot from our website, so you can easily look this up also on our website, zeusnet.xyz. So we actually have a finite supply of 1 billion coins, okay? This is the allocation, but the message here is that we are literally mining this coin until we reach 300 million coins. That's when we are going to be listing ZNT, and I am going to do an airdrop here also, and this airdrop, guys, will apply to our arena gladiators as well, our arena arena fans, right? So if you own our token in the arena, you will have exclusive access also to our native coin, which you can mine on Android and Telegram, guys. Okay, so just to let you guys know that we also have this native coin, and as I mentioned earlier, in our ecosystem, one ZNT, guys, is already one USDT. Okay, so Pi Pi launched with a listing price of $2, right? Now, assuming everything else equal, we have 100 times less supply than Pi. Pi has a total supply of 100 billion coins, all right? Our supply is 100 times less. So, assuming that we can do a great job in building a massive community worldwide, we have the chance, guys, to outperform Pi, all right? And what does that mean? It means you're looking at listing prices, yeah, higher than what, $2, okay, which for Arena I think is already like out of this world, right? So yeah, just to put things a little bit in perspective over here, and to show you what else we got over here, and also to reward you for being a part of us in this journey, guys. So I hope to see you all joining our clan, guys. Okay, joining our clan if you still haven't. And yes, this is a journey that, as I said, we are going to Jupiter here. We are going to Jupiter. It's a joint collaboration with some of the coolest projects in the arena. All right, but yes, we are all going to Jupiter. So yeah, I hope you guys are feeling me. I hope you guys are gonna be in this journey with us. If yes, buckle up. This is the beginning. We're gonna have a quiz based on this. All right. Okay. Web 1, Web 2, Web 3. Quiz to make sure that you got it, that you understood this. And in this quiz, we're also gonna be paying you. Okay. We're literally gonna be paying you. You come on stage, you answer our questions, we pay you. Same thing for the homeworks. The homework will be based on the evolution of the internet from Web 1 to Web 3. Make a post in social media or wait for our post, and simply reply to that, make your own content. And as I showed you guys earlier, I will share this once again over here for the top homeworks that show us that you understood this, but you also put some effort. Okay, so you made the, maybe you included some images or video, whatever, right? But at least we see that you put in some effort. We're gonna reward you much more than an ordinary homework. So every week we will have top our top homework performers. So yes, I hope this is something that will motivate you guys to give us quality instead of just quantity. We appreciate the quantity as well, okay? Because it's good for our visibility. It's good for others to see. We also want everyone to notice how you guys are dropping your wallets, because when people see the wallets in the feed, guess what? They smell money in the air, guys. Money in the air. And when others can smell that as well, that's when you get, yeah, that's when you get a lot of people to your pages, to your program. So that is very much desirable. But on top of this quantity aspect, we also want to focus on quality. And this is actually something that, Penguin, I got from you. I mean, this was kind of like your idea. You're like, let's make sure that we get quality homeworks. I really appreciated that, and I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's have a separate, basically a separate category rewards for the top performers. And so that's exactly what we did, right? Great idea, man. Implemented right away over here. So ZeusNet, guys, Academy, you got here all our actors, and yeah, we are ready. We are ready. I think this is going to be all for the recording here. And yeah, I'm ready to move on to the stage. What? Just a quick glass of water, guys, because yeah, I've been talking. I've been talking a bit. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I can hear you. I mean, I hope this was. Oh, okay, much better, guys. Because yeah, I was kind of dehydrating there. Yeah. So
And there's some stuff we gotta talk, like, especially about the Telegram, where we're gonna put all the updates there,
yep.
and about the Discord community. So if you can drop the links on chat, so everyone can join.
Yeah.
And
I'm.
guys, if this test is being recorded, and it's going to be on the next class is gonna be on Tuesday. We're gonna do one class every 48 hours.
Pretty much, yeah. We'll try to do it like 3 times a week, guys. Yeah. So yeah, I hope I hope this first class was, yeah, was quite smooth, right? It wasn't too demanding, right? I
Yeah,
tried to
was two was just the beginning.
I
Like
tried to keep it, to a couple of slides. I tried to make it, yeah, very visual, not a lot of text for you guys, right? So you literally see the journey here, the story, and yeah, hopefully that's gonna stick in your minds, guys. Yeah. Sarah,
yes, sir.
Sarah, you're still there, right? So okay, I'm gonna end the recording, guys. Yeah, because we covered the first part over here. So we have this recorded. Okay, we have this recorded. It's 45 minutes. Okay, I think it's pretty reasonable. Yeah, and then we continue. We can continue on the stage, right? Right, Penguin.
Yeah, we can continue on stage.
Okay, wonderful,
Anyone wanna hop in? Anyone
wonderful.
wanna talk?